Hello and welcome back. I'm Sean Fox and you're watching another episode of Made to Ramble. In this episode, I'll be trying my hand at a little iPhone videography. Okay, everything in this episode is going to be shot on my iPhone X. This will be my first time experimenting with using the iPhone as a video tool, and I'm quite curious to see how it holds up when used for vlogging. Right now I have the iPhone mounted on a GorillaPod. I have the Rode SmartLav connected for picking up dialogue. For much of this video, I'm planning to use the DJI Osmo mobile gimbal, and I'm even going to edit this video on the iPhone with an app called Lumafusion. So what I'm going to do right now is jump on into my car and head over to Kings Park in Perth. Come take a look. Okay, so here we are in Kings Park. This is probably Perth's most popular tourist destination. It's a great place to spend a day wandering around the Botanic Gardens. We also have here the War Memorial behind me to check out, and most importantly of all, just check out the view of this city. It's stunning, especially when the sun goes down and the city lights come up of an evening. If you're traveling to Perth anytime soon, you don't want to miss this view. One of my favourite spots here is the Federation Walkway. There's a lovely view here among the canopy of tall eucalypts. I should probably mention the app that I've used to record this video. For most of this video I've been using the Filmic Pro app, which enables me to record log footage and also record at a very high bit rate, which is pretty handy for squeezing out a little extra dynamic range when needed. I'm also using the front-facing camera for these vlogging shots, and when using the two rear cameras where possible, I've blue-tacked an ND filter over the lens. You can pick up a case for the camera that enables you to mount an ND filter on there properly, but right now I don't have one of those, so I've had to make do. Now, of course, the iPhone is not the only phone you can use with the DJI Osmo. My previous phone, the Samsung S7, would have worked just as well. Unfortunately, I wasn't too keen on the video that the Samsung produced. It always looked just a little over-sharpened to my eyes. It also didn't play all that nicely with Filmic Pro. On the other hand, so far the iPhone is performing flawlessly, and it has a couple of really cool features that make it worth checking out. 4K video at 60 frames per second is definitely one of the headliners, and you can record HD at a whopping 240 frames per second for those times you desire some serious slow motion. The iPhone is also capable of some pretty cool time-lapse. One of the real bummers with using this combination of phone and gimbal is that because of the lack of a headphone jack, in order to attach a microphone, you need to use the included dongle. Unfortunately, the dongle sticks out a little too far, making it impossible to balance the phone on the DJI Osmo mobile while using a mic. So if you're going to vlog with this combination, you'll either need to record separately to a field recorder, or you'll just have to rely on the iPhone's built-in microphone like I am right now. This is definitely something to keep in mind. Well, I've had a pretty nice afternoon, but I'm really keen to head off home so I can check out some of this footage and see how it holds up. Let's get going. Okay, well, here we are back at my home, and I've had a quick peek at the footage. I must admit I'm pleasantly surprised. The footage doesn't look over-sharpened like it did on the Samsung S7, but there is plenty of detail there. The colours are great, but I can't really say a lot about the dynamic range. It turns out I forgot to switch on log when I started, so I'll have to try that out another day. One of the big surprises for me was how well the audio holds up using the inbuilt microphone for handheld vlogging. I guess that it helps being so close to the microphone, and it means that the lack of a microphone option when using the Osmo Mobile is not such a big deal. The slow motion looks pretty fantastic, especially in 4K, but the 240 frames per second is really only usable in a pinch. I do believe that using the 120 frames per second gives decent results though, but again, I'll have to try that another day. I was a little surprised by the time lapse. I hadn't played with any of the settings there, so I didn't realize how frequent the shots were going to be. Ideally, I'd have chosen to fire the shutter off a little less regularly, and also to attach my ND filter so that I could slow the shutter right down. I was also surprised by how much the gimbal swayed throughout. In future, unless I'm working on a deliberately moving time lapse, I'll probably stick with using a tripod. So there we have it. Those are my first impressions. It's not likely to take the place of using a dedicated cameras, but if I'm needing a smaller profile, then this setup is not too much of a compromise. If you're new to vlogging, this may just be the setup you're looking for. So on that note, I do hope this video has been informative. If you're interested in more videos like this one, then you may want to subscribe. I'm planning to do some similar videos in the future. I may also record a follow-up video once I've had a bit more of a chance to play with the phone and gimbal. So until then, if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button and I'll see you again soon.